You don't think Ashley from 3 Sports Blitz is single?
I don't know.
You think she's into a middle-aged man that still collect toys?
She could be.
Be nice, man.
She could be.
Oh, wait, sorry, we didn't see you guys there. I'm sorry, we're so embarrassed. All right, guys, welcome to episode 28. I'm Sergio, so my dad doesn't get mad.
Brian with an I?
Brian with an I. This is a special episode for me, as you can see. Mr. Know-It-All predicted what he predicted, but that's Mr. Know-It-All. That's not me.
Yeah.
We'll get into the Alice versus Calallen matchup later. Stick around for it. It's going to get good.
Two different
Especially after a few more shots. It's going to get really good. But thank you guys for following us. Start hitting the share buttons a little bit more. We always wait till the end of the video to say this. Say in the beginning, man. Hit the share buttons, like buttons. It helps us grow.
Messages if you need to recognize a player, a team, a coach, whatever. Some
of you that message us videos, and we take a while to get some of them out, and it's not intentional. Like I said before, for those of you who haven't, we have regular jobs. It's just a hobby right now. Sometimes we have stuff going on. We don't get to get your videos and stuff out right away. But so don't be afraid to message us again and kick us in the ass and remind us that, look, you haven't shared my son's shit, man. Share it.
Yeah.
We don't mind, man. We get some stuff out late because we just forget. We've got other stuff going on. Brian's married. He has a job. Me, I'm single. But I've got about 24 girlfriends. It is what it is. But for this episode, we'll get started. We're sorry we didn't get to put an episode last week, but I was a lazy piece of shit. Why didn't I do it after all?
A lot going on, too.
I don't remember why I couldn't do it after all.
Work, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was working in the coal mines. But so some stuff we'll include that we didn't include last week, like the Gridiron.
Demigods.
Gridiron Demigods. We didn't get to include you guys last week. We'll include you this week. But we'll start off this episode with the Chingas for this week.
Who that? Who dare?
As always, it's in good fun. Don't get offended, but it's fun, man. It's good fun. You want to start off the Chingas?
Yeah.
They were handed out this week.
Yeah, let's start with the bigger classification. So Carroll gave a Chinga to Moody, 49-14.
Good things happening in Carroll.
Yeah, Carroll. They're the ones that start off good, and then they kind of like slow down, and then they're picking it back up.
They're just not on that level yet of the teams that are beating them, the elite teams. But at least they're winning now. Though.
I think Carroll can take that number 4 spot for playoffs.
It's possible, man. They have to beat one of the Victorias. They already lost to one of them, but they have to beat one of them.
Yeah. So
see what happens.
The other Chinga we got is Miller 49, King 0. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
His godson's a quarterback for King. He's a fucking awesome quarterback, man. It's.
They got some players, you know.
And they have some talent, man. They have a couple of talented kids. They just don't
the corners, you know, the center. They're, you know, you got some experience, you know.
They're just not better than some of the teams they play. But his godson's really talented, man. Brian Guillen's quarterback there for King, really talented kid, man. But
but let's move on.
Move on.
Teary-eyed over here. Anyway, GP, this is a big one. 72.
Oh my God.
They beat Brownsville Porter 72-0. That's.
He played for the current GP coach when he was in high school. When he was all state, so he's in love with GP right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Brent Davis. Say his name. You want to say his name? Say it. Say it.
Brent Davis. Changed Banquetti football. That's what he did.
He's a great coach, man. He changes everybody everywhere he goes.
So the next Chinga is Alice 49 TM 19. The next one we got is Calallen 71-20 against La Feria Valley team. It's Calallen's just being Calallen. You know, after their stud running back, like I said, once their stud running back went down, they have 2-3 others that could fill in the spots.
Man, it doesn't matter with them, man. They just got a great line every year. They just, I could run behind that line and get 1,000 yards.
Ingleside 48, West Oso 20. I thought it would be a closer game than that because you got Elijah Huff tearing up all the defenses.
I for sure thought West Oso would score more than 20.
But Ingleside, man, they've that's an eye opener.
I wonder how many Elijah Huff had rushing that game. I didn't check.
I didn't either.
He's leading the area in rushing right now. I think he has like
definitely.
16 or 1700 yards, man. But can't win them all.
Yeah. You got Sinton against Robstown, 83-20.
How dare you, Sinton?
Woo! Put it on to Robstown.
Are you coached by the same coach that coaches at Full Hill or what? Running up that score?
Man, what did Robstown do to y'all?
When did Coach Herring go to the Sinton, man? Come on.
Nah, it's all good, man. We know your players have to play 4 quarters once playoffs start.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's trying to run up scores, but even when your backups get a chance, they're not going to tone it down, man. They want their chance.
That's your chance
you
to
can't help
shine
it, man.
and stuff, so, hey, hats
You
off to
can't help
Sinton.
it, man.
Hats off to Sinton. Next one, Odom, 49, Monte Alto 6.
Yeah.
That's like the Odom that we like to see right there. You know, we used to see Odom do that to all the teams, but...
It's from my friend's a fan of the guy from South Texas Football Unlimited.
Okay.
Good for you. Good for you, Jacob Romero. You finally got that victory.
Then you have Taft against Santa Rosa, 43-0. You know, Taft has that passing attack and that receiver.
He did it again. Yeah, their quarterback, I think, is going to be a Gridiron Demigod this week again, every week, man. JJ
I think
Acosta.
he needs an award at the end of the show.
He needs something. We need
might
to,
give him
we need to come up with some kind of award.
Demigod,
Yep.
Demigod MVP or something like that. I don't know.
We're gonna, it's a good idea. We're gonna come up with a nice award. We're gonna design something and have someone make it.
Yeah.
A special welder, someone who welds swords
Valerian
from Game of
Steel.
Thrones,
Valerian
whatever.
Steel.
We'll see what happens. But
Then you got Bishop Badgers. They bounced back from a loss, 56-0 against John Paul II.
they got blown out last week by Lyford, right?
Yeah, I think
That was a surprise, man.
Yeah.
But you said they had some injuries, right?
Yeah, they've had some injuries. I know some kids came back this week. So this was an interesting district that I was going to mention, that 15-3A Division I. So you have Vanderbilt, Edna, Goliad.
That's a good district.
They shut out Aransas Pass, Palacios, and Mathis.
Oh, they all shut out everybody.
Like, man, that's like the district games, and they got shut out, all of them. So.
It's a good district, man. Edna blew out Sinton a few weeks ago.
So-
Gave them a chinga.
So I'll go back with the scores. Vanderbilt 67, AP 0, Edna 45, Palacio 0, Goliad 39, Mathis 0. So that, 3 goose eggs. That's pretty crazy. And then you got Rio Hondo 63-0 against Progreso. Then you have Refugio in the smaller division. Let's go to 2A. Refugio 60, Skidmore Tyan 0, Shiner 67,
Three
Rivers 6. I expect a lot more from Three Rivers.
I did too, man. I just thought it would be like a 3-man race this year in that district between Shiner, Fuyo, and Three Rivers. But you can't take anything away from them. At least they're moving up.
Yeah.
They're going on the way up.
Yeah, so, I mean,
They have them badass helmets. Kenny Apple Red.
nice. La Via 52, Rivera 20, and then Bruni 48, Audusi 20. So those are your chingas for this week 7, because we're going into week 8.
Our best friends, our Dulce fan now, dude. How dare you mention that shit? Those are the chingas for this week, man. Like we said, it's always in good fun. It's just it's whatever can motivate you to want to be on the chingas one day. Your team gives someone else a chinga. It's all good, man. It's all in good fun, like we said. But
and we've been seeing like the same teams.
it's a lot of the same teams giving chingas every week.
But I mean, we get some different ones too. So
Especially from that 2A level, man. The Fuyo and Shiner are always giving someone a chinga. I mean,
the Chinga district, we used to call it
the chinga district, man. Shit, man. But fuck it.
All right, next segment we're going to start off with is the Gridiron Demigods. So we apologize for last week, not putting out a show. We got a lot of things going on last week, but we're going to mention the 2 We had two players from
Yeah, there was two,
the
actually.
area that made the Gridiron Demigods, and that's pretty rare because usually we have about 5, 6.
We've been having
7,
5 or 6 every week.
So
Last week there was only 2.
let's start off with Veterans Memorial quarterback Elijah Durrett. He had 240 yards passing, 4 TDs, and 1 rushing TD. So total 5 TDs qualified him for.
Yeah, his dad's a
my
big
God.
fan of the page. Teran Durrett, big fan of the page ever since last year. How you doing, Teran Durrett?
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. We're going to highlight your kids no matter what, man. You don't have to like us. It doesn't matter. We're going to highlight your kids or they earn it.
Hell yeah, Demigod right there.
Yeah, Elijah Durrett has been good all year, man. He's had a great week last week. It's all good, man.
So the next one we got from Ingleside, the quarterback Aiden Jacobson. Jacobson?
That's right. Jacobson. Jacob.
He had 270 yards passing and 5 TDs. So in the air.
I've never seen Jacobson spelled like that. Jakabsohn. Good for you.
Yeah, Ingleside picking it up. I think I've seen him like one more. I guess he's been on there a couple times.
Do we remind them, just for those of you who don't know, the qualifications for Gridiron Demigod are, if you're a quarterback, it's 400 yards passing. If you're a running back, 200 yards rushing. If you're a receiver, 200 yards receiving. Defensive player, was it 10 tackles?
10 tackles.
Or two returns for a TD, either interceptions or a return, kickoff return, punt return, fumble return, yeah. Or if you have 5 TDs total, you just bypass all the yards. The yards don't matter if you have 5 TDs total.
And then rushing, I think it's 200 yards or above.
Yeah.
Automatic plus in. And then same as for receiving.
Yeah.
So
we only had those 2 last week. That we didn't film an episode last week, but those are the 2 from last week. And then we have a couple from this week.
the 3, well, actually we have 4.
Is it 4?
I added one.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I didn't. I probably missed it.
So JJ Acosta from TAF, been seeing his name Demigod like
That guy's in it every week,
So
man.
I think he has like over 2,000 yards passing already. So
He's got to be somewhere around there. I think I wrote it down.
this week or last week, 318 yards passing, 4 TDs, and he had 132 yards rushing and 1 TD. So yeah, stud,
Yep.
big time. So he's been on here quite a bit. So he's probably a top candidate for that MVP Demigod award.
He's a front runner for the end of the year Gridiron Demigod trophy we're going to give out.
Yeah, come on, guys.
He's a front runner so far, man.
This is a new one, Hebronville. I don't think he's been on here. Eden Perez.
No, I don't think he's been on it.
He's rushed for 246 yards, 3 TDs versus George West. So Hebronville was a team that started 0-3.
They started slow with that 53-0
Yeah.
loss to Orange Grove in the first week of the season, and we're like, God damn, what the fuck happened?
Hebronville. So what y'all did to turn it around,
And you say they're 2-0 in district right now? or
Yeah,
something?
they're 2-0 in district,
That's
so-
all that matters, man.
Yeah.
The beginning games are just this practice games.
So-
Get to know what you're good at, what you're not good at.
that's what you
Yeah,
do.
it's all good.
You schedule strong teams.
Yep.
That way. I'm not saying district's going to be a breeze, but it's a lot easier
Yep.
when you play harder teams and then you
Yeah, respect for the coaches that schedule tough non-district games and don't put those pansy-ass teams on your non-district schedule, man.
So this next one, I think you had the privilege to go film this game in Bimbo. Devin Godinez.
Oh, yeah, the running back, I think he's number 7.
So he had,
Yeah.
it 203?
Yeah, he had a little over 200 yards rushing.
203 TDs, and then, or actually, was he a quarterback?
No, he's a running back.
He's a running back? Okay. So, and then he had 54 yards receiving and 1 TD. So
Yeah, he's a running back.
those 200 yards.
That's why he qualified with the 200 yards, but he was number 7. Yeah, man, I went to film that game. I've been lazy with putting these videos out of games that I filmed. I still haven't put out the King versus Victoria West game.
Oh.
I haven't put out the Alice versus Vets game either, but
we'll get there eventually.
I'll work on it this weekend. We'll work on it this weekend. We'll put them out. But yeah, man, the Ben Bolt, dude, your field is horrible. It was like something out of a fucking Sandlot. It's just you gotta fix that field. And it was have you been there? It was almost, you know how Alice is real dark?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Bolt's field was dark as fuck.
The last
dude.
time my son played there in 2015-ish, 15, 16.
Still dark like that.
Still dark with the little stands. I know when we played, we used to call it sticker field. I mean, Jesus Christ, that whole field had stickers.
It was like on a hill, and then it had just dead grass everywhere.
And then the fourth one I added, small school, I would do see Nemo Jacobo. So this kid was a quarterback. A little quick story. I posted it earlier today. He was a quarterback for 9+ years. I guess they were hurting for running back, so he's like, you know what?
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to transition to running back.
Film or something.
Yeah.
Did I never share it?
I did. I did it
you
today.
Did?
Yeah. Kid's a beast, man. Runs like I thought he would be. And the way he looks running the ball, you could tell that he's been doing it for a long time. But what qualified him on the Demigod Award is he had over 100 yards total offense, but he plays defense. He had 13 solo tackles. So
even if you don't necessarily get certain numbers, we can use the eye test sometimes to tell if someone just deserves it. You play all your whole career as a certain position, and then your coaches say, "No, we need you to play this position," and you switch. That's good, man.
Total
you
team
do what you got to do
means,
for the team.
He's not selfish. That just tells you what kind of kid he is.
Yeah.
Just whatever it takes to win, help the team win. So great job out there. Keep grinding.
Yep.
You'll be all right, man.
Keep sending us y'all's videos, and if for some reason you send us a video and we don't get it out right away, like I said, we got jobs, we got other stuff we do, and sometimes we forget, but we don't get irritated if y'all keep messaging us and reminding us.
We'll eventually get to it, like either
kick us in the ass, man. We don't care. We're not.
But I mean, I love watching, getting the messages and seeing the videos that we haven't seen or.
We like it, man. We like seeing that you guys like.
And I like it
having your kids' videos shared and.
It's everybody's involved,
Yeah.
We've got North, the South,
Yeah, our friends at South Texas Football Unlimited do it also. They share videos of players. Parents send their videos in, and it's all good, man. That's all we want to do around here. But yeah, keep sending us those videos in, and we'll share them. And if we don't share it right away, like we said, just kick us in the ass, remind us, and we'll do it. Have you all seen me at your games, recording one of your games? Don't be afraid to talk to the camera. I don't know what game I'm going to do. I might not do a game this Friday because we might go to the Alice Calallen game. And I don't have a sideline pass for Calallen. I was kicked out of their stadium a few years ago for screaming at a referee, so I don't think I'll.
You're one of those guys, bro.
I'm one of them guys, man. I've been kicked out of my own stadium. I've been kicked out of Alice's stadium, man, for screaming at the coaches. It's all good, but.
It's like one coach. I'm not going to mention names, but I had a buddy of mine yelling at the coach. And then a couple of days later, he goes, "Man, I hear y'all yelling, but I know y'all yelling the truth, but please comment, keep it,
It's facts, so, man. I learned my lesson, dude. I'll never do something stupid like that again. But, you're watching the game as a crazy fan. You never think you're going to get into doing stuff like we're doing right now, and so you don't look ahead to it. I never thought it'd come back to bite me in the ass, but yeah. It is what it is, man. The coaches are doing what they can do. If you don't like what they're doing, then you go to school and get yourself a degree so you can go coach, man.
Hell yeah.
Or you can be a piece of shit like me and coach from the stands. All right. Now we're going to get into some comments that you guys leave. Some of you participated. We wish more of you would participate. We like reading comments out.
Yeah.
Brian wants to go live, so we'll either do live episodes sometime at the end of the season or playoffs or something. We'll figure something out. We'll go live eventually. Our friends at South Texas Football Unlimited go live all the time, and it's a good experience, man. We want to do it.
Yeah, they're live right now.
They're live right now.
We took a little break and made some comments on there. So.
Yeah.
Go support them, South Texas Football Unlimited.
Yeah. And his wife just walked in with some Pizza Hut, just like she was ordered. Just like she was ordered. She looks mad. You better go say something.
She ain't mad. She knows what's up.
Some of the comments made were Frank Santana. I graduated with Frank, man. He was a great linebacker when we played back in class of 92. Number 22. Frank Santana says it's going to be a hell of a game. I think the Coyotes can win if they play mistake-free and timing. And the timing between quarterback and wideouts is on. Watch out. Alice wideouts will get open. It could be a 35-24 game with Alice on top. That's good stuff, Frank. You know what you're saying, Frank.
Yeah.
Dominic Dennis is, I think his kids play for Miller. He says defensive coordinator Eric John, Coach EJ from CC Miller is up for Dave Campbell's assistant coach of the week. It's because they shut out King.
Yeah, I know. No, but
the turnaround is he's had a good season.
Yeah, it's been a turnaround.
Contrary to like the crap, I used to talk, joking around with the fans, we'd have a good time with it back and forth. But it's not the first year. I mean, the 2019 team that Miller had only gave up a lot of points twice that season, the CC Vets. The rest of the year, they didn't give up a lot of points. And Coach John, when he was a defensive coordinator in Alice, they only gave up, I think it was 16 or 17 points a game. Yeah, Coach John's a really good defensive coordinator, man.
Oh, yeah. They turned it around, much improved defense. I mean,
so he's up for Dave Campbell's assistant coach of the season, of the week. Hopefully he gets it, man. We'll let you know. We'll update you.
Bring it down to South Texas, man.
Who else commented? Marcus Ramirez says, is Coach Atwood from Alice, is Atwood going to have the Coyotes rise up to these big games and not get spanked but win? I don't know, man. I mean, it hasn't happened yet. They came close back in 2019. It wasn't. I think they lost by like 11 or 12 points. It wasn't a big margin where they lost to Calallen. A lot of the games end up being blow. We'll get more into the matchup later, but to respond to this guy's message, I don't know, man. We appreciate you commenting. But Alice and Calallen is one of our games of the week, so we will get into a lot of that in a while when we do our games of the week, and we'll elaborate more on your comment then. Roger Flores says the only two still undefeated teams in the area who will continue to stay undefeated. Who did you say were the other?
I believe Calallen and Miller are the only undefeated teams.
There's only two left?
Yeah. Let me confirm that, but...
You might be right, because Lefouille already has a loss. Shiner has a loss.
Yeah, you got Miller.
Miller and Calallen are the only two teams left.
Calallen.
It's a shame they didn't play this year, man. I know from sources that Miller did challenge Calallen, and Calallen said no. I'm not saying Calallen was... I don't know what was the reason. It is what it is. I'm not going to start... Miller challenged Calallen, and Calallen said no.
Yeah, so those are the two undefeated teams, Calallen and Miller.
Just, I know Miller put up 30-something points in Calallen last year.
And I think Roger asked...
And that was with a freshman and sophomore heavy team, junior heavy team. Imagine what Miller would have done this season. But Calallen's defense is better this year, too. So it would have been a nice matchup, man. I wish that challenge would have been accepted. Seeing Calallen and Miller would have been a nice game, man. That would have been a big game. But
so Roger Flores asked who the two undefeated teams were in the area, and then who will continue to stay undefeated. I have Miller winning the district.
Who does Miller play this week, though?
Miller played.
It doesn't matter. Miller, like he says, Miller's going to win district. I think Miller's going to win district. I don't think the Miller Vets game will be. I think this was the one time Miller did beat Vets. It was they barely beat them. I think this is the year that they beat them by a lot.
Yeah,
Vets.
Miller's at Moody.
Miller's at Moody this week. Yeah. I think it's next week that they play Vets. Are you on Max Preps?
No, I'm.
It's next week. I think it's next week or the week after that Miller plays. That's gonna be a great game, man. Yeah. But I'll be there to film it. Thank you, Brendan Marshall. I love you.
Calallen will go in district. They'll go undefeated. So they'll both go 10-0.
You piece of shit.
I mean,
we haven't even gotten to that game yet, and you're already fucking starting your shit.
Comments. Okay.
Ever since I met you, I've hated you, dude. I'm tired of pretending. I think those are the only comments, man. We appreciate it. Those of you that did comment, we're always going to mention it. Thank you for commenting. We wish more of you would participate. Maybe when we go live, more people will participate.
Yeah.
I think people like the live stuff.
I like that. Yeah, you could just, like we'll say, we'll set up a little tablet and we can see.
We'll set up something, man. And we still want some of you to come out in the show, though, man. If any of y'all ever want to be on the show with us, we got 2 extra mics.
Yeah.
It's a very laid back situation here.
Yeah.
We got goodies, we got snacks, we got beer, we got pizza, we got whatever, man. It's a nice area of the city. He lives here in the London School District area, this fucking rich piece of shit, ex-military. Yep. But Yeah, if any of y'all want to come on the show, man, let us know, man. It's laid
down.
back here. It's all good. Coaches, if you're watching, we want one of you on the show. If you're afraid not to be on the show because you don't want to be associated with beer or something, we don't have to drink that episode.
You know what, dude? I might have a friend of mine that's an official. He's a referee on Friday night.
If anybody, if anybody.
I want him to come, and we'll ask him some questions and see.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Even if you're a
Something you
coach and you're like, man, I can't be on that show because these guys drink beer. We don't have to drink beer that episode. It's just we do it because we're here alone.
We'll drink O'Doul's.
O'Doul's. It's all good. We'll get some milk and cookies if you want. It's all good, man. It doesn't matter how it works.
Oreos and salsa, whatever you want.
Yeah, Oreos and salsa. We put them in the ass and do the fucking whole thing and see what happens. Was it Alamo Heights or Kerbal Tide? I always get it mixed up.
Alamo Heights again.
Dude, that's crazy too.
That shit up again.
That takes a cake, man. But
the mastermind that blows my mind right there.
Whoever the fuck thought of that shit, man. Real man of genius. Be a man too. Be a man, man. Stick a fucking Oreo cookie up your crack, but it is what it is, man. Where the fuck are we at? That's it with the comments, man. But we wish you guys would participate more, but we do it. It's something. We appreciate anything. We wish more of you would participate. But like we said, if any of you ever want to be on the show, just let us know. Where are we at? Games of the week?
Games of the week. What do you want to start with?
We'll do Aston Calallen last. Sinton and Orange Grove. We'll start off with Sinton and Orange Grove.
Sinton and Orange Grove. That's game of the week. Our game of the weeks. I'm sure.
We got 3 games of the week. We're going to talk about Sinton and Orange Grove's first one. It's always a good game. Usually, I know Orange Grove when Orange Grove had that coach. What was his name? The one that would put up a shitload of yards. He was like the Mike Leach of high school.
Corny?
No, a few years ago, man, they would always win district or tie district with Sinton.
Oh, yes. Bomar?
My mind was going blank. Yeah.
His son was an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, and his son was an NFL quarterback and played for Oklahoma, right?
I think so, and he coached.
And then Sam
Freer.
Houston, he coached in Freer. Yeah, Bomar. When he was there was always really good matchups, man. Sinton and Orange Grove. But then for I think 2 years, Orange Grove moved down to 382, but now they're back up to 482, back with Sinton. It should be a good game. I mean, it could be for the district title. You never know. You don't know what's left, but it could be for the district title, man. It's Sinton and Orange Grove. Sinton has some big wins and big losses. Sinton has the common opponent they have, I think, is Beeville. Mm-hmm. Beeville barely beat Sinton, and they beat the hell out of Orange Grove.
Is that where Beeville had like 28 yards total or something like that?
Oh my God, that's right.
I hate to bring that up, but
yeah, it's hard to go by that common opponent because Beeville only had 28 total yards of offense, Adrian Salazar, and they managed to win that game. Adrian Salazar through defense, man. They had like a defensive interception return for a touchdown at the end, and yada yada yada. But it's, and then you can't always go by common opponents, man. It's just some stuff changes during the year. They're young kids. Some teams improve a lot, some don't.
And then Orange Grove has a gunslinger, like they like to throw it. So.
Oh my gosh. Orange Grove got the quarterback from Banchetti, and he played for Banchetti, so it is what it is, man. This dude has him up for the Heisman Trophy.
No, kid can play, man.
It should be a good game, man. I see Sinton's in a win. Yeah. I got Sinton. It's not gonna be a complete blowout, but I got Sinton winning comfortably by like 14 points.
I got Sinton, let's say by 20.
I got like 35-21 Sinton.
I say 30-20.
Yeah, it's about right, man. It's not gonna be a complete blowout, but I just think Sinton has a little more talent. But
yeah.
But anything can happen, man. If it goes the opposite way, it's not.
I think Sinton is picking up the rhythm again, so they're
Sinton, man. When you have that tradition and it just you find a way to do things that other teams can't, man.
And they have a coach that motivates the shit out of the kids. Man. It's intensity,
He's always
man.
Screaming,
it's intensity. Like, I mean, that's what kids need. I mean, that's what a
lot of programs need, man.
Hell yeah, it's hyped up. Gets the kids hyped up. Mm-hmm. It's like prime time, man. You look good. You feel good. You play good.
There was no Modelo here at his house today, so I want to apologize for drinking this Bud Light crap. Next time, have Modelo for me, man.
That one.
What's our other game of the week?
Let's go with San Diego and Lyford. San Diego at Lyford.
His cousin's a coach at San Diego, so he loves that. Talking about San Diego. Lyford's coming out of that loss. No, Lyford's coming out of that. Lyford beat the hell out of Bishop.
Yes.
That was a surprise. But then
Bishop's 4A, remember?
That's right. That was a non-district game.
It was a non-district game.
And then Lyford turned around, and they're the ones lots of foul footers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But so Lyford's already won in the whole.
Yeah.
San Diego's undefeated in district, but it's gonna be a three-way race between San Diego, Lyford, and Foul.
You know me, I'm picking San Diego.
Say what you want to say about San Diego right now because your cousin coaches there. I like your cousin. He's a
and
a cool dude.
The quarterback
Seems like a good
I know
coach, man.
The quarterback, RJ Valerio, we're family friends with their family.
Oh, you know the family too from coach.
And I just have San Diego. They find a way to win. This kid quarterback, he's in top categories for passing and rushing. I mean,
Coach Bo Ochoa there at San Diego.
Dual threat quarterback, and
I always wish he would have gone to Alice, man. Coach Bo Ochoa, if you're watching, Alice will come open eventually, man. You want to go back to Alice, where you're from? I got your back, man. I'll make sure no one talks shit about all the politics that go around in Alice. It don't matter, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I got your back.
But Lyford, that's who we thought. This is the game that we thought would decide the district championship. But then Foul.
Yeah, but then Foul fucked up things and beat Lyford.
You got the.
Foul fucked around and beat Lyford, man. I don't know how that happened. It's just
You got the spoiler.
Yeah.
But then again, like when Ruben Garcia went to Foul, you can't turn around one season. Give them 2.
Yeah, maybe
seasons.
it wasn't a spoiler, man.
So.
It just Foul's been winning this season. Their only loss is to a private school, so I hope I'm saying that right. I think private school in San Antonio. I think
they have a stud running back, and I'm sure they have a stud defense. So
good coach, great coach,
good district. That's what you want. That's what you want.
Prepares
you want
you
a
for the
competitive
playoffs.
defense or district. So I got San Diego, and I don't got them winning by much.
Yeah, you know you do. Just say it. If you want to have them winning by a lot, just say it.
Let's go 35-17.
35-17. Lyford came out of that big win over Bishop, but I don't know which one was an anomaly. Them beating the crap out of Bishop or them losing to to Foul,
But
man.
then I heard
it's hard to say.
Bishop had 6.
You said Bishop was losing lots of kids that
6
game.
kids out that game. So 6 kids. I mean, 1 or 2, but 6, that makes a big difference.
It's a lot, man. Alice had that shit happen to them back in 2000. What was it, 2014? They had like 11. They lost 11 starters at one point that season, man. And the next year they lost 7 starters. I'll never forget that, man. It was crazy. Crazy 2014, 2015 for Alice. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're second team, third team, hey, you can get called at any time.
It matters, man.
Especially in high school,
People think they're excuses. It's not excuses, man. It just it matters. I got San Diego winning also. I think it'll be a close game. What did you say?
I said 35-17.
I don't know the one by that. It's something similar, man. Yeah, like 35-21. I think they'll win by 2 scores at least. Something similar to what this dude said. But he only said it because his friend's a coach there. But I said it because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm sorry for this again.
Is it you or
next time I have Modelo?
Mr. Know-It-All? I'll get
Mr. Know-It-All would have predicted San Diego 50-0 or something.
All right, the last game of the week we have is a big one. Alice at Calallen. Did
you talk about it first, dude, because I know you're gonna piss me off with your bullshit.
No, I'm. You got 5-1 going into 7-0.
I wonder if anyone commented it on my other page. Let me go check.
I hope it's a good game. I hope it's a close game, but it would be different if the Alice QB could run the ball. I followed this kid when he was in Orange Grove, freshman, sophomore. Stud running the ball, passing the ball, but an injury occurred.
When I made excuses for their loss of vets, people thought this is an excuse. No, I mean, if you look up the stats, man, he had over 1,000. He had 1,000 yards rushing last year at Orange Grove.
So
He got injured in the race scrimmage this year, and he couldn't run anymore. I mean, it makes a difference. He's still got a great arm. He's a D1 commit for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, that changes. That's a game changer, man. Because
it's a game changer, man. And he's great at throwing on the run, and he can't.
Because as a defensive coordinator, you're like, okay, we got to contain this quarterback. He can run, he can pass, he can beat us, But when you see film this past season, he hasn't really, ran much. I'm sure Campbell or his defensive staff's gonna, come up with a good scheme to control that. So, but if it was, like I said, if he wasn't injured, I would see it as a different game. That's my opinion.
I don't know how injured he is anymore. He's looked better each week. Has he looked better because he's not injured anymore? Has he looked better because they're not playing?
Yeah. I mean, you got to take that into consideration too. I think he's committed to a college. You want to.
Yeah, he's doing what he's got to do.
So, I see it close at the beginning, but then I see Calallen pull it away third, fourth quarter.
Fuck you. He doesn't want to be on the show anymore at all. He doesn't want to be on the show anymore at all. Dude.
How do you see it, Sergio?
I miss you, Adrian. Where you at, Adrian Salazar? We missed the shit out of you.
Yeah, I'm missing that comment, Sergio.
I miss you, dude. I was going to go on your Facebook and get one of your pictures and save it and then have a fucking poster made of it because we miss you that much, man. Yeah. We don't know why you left us, dude. And he got triggered. Well, he got triggered 1 week. Yeah, you can come on the show, dude.
And argue
and
with
you can talk
guy,
shit to us. You can argue with us. We don't care. We're not going to fight with you, dude. We're not fucking fighters.
No.
It's all in good fun, man. Yeah, man. I bet the followers would love that shit. We got Adrian Salazar on the show. Someone tag him. We miss you, Adrian. But let's trigger him even more. Mr. Know-It-All Mr. Know-It-All predicted Calallen would win 63-7. I mean, Mr. Know-It-All does what he does for a reason, man. It's all different. I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I know it all, but I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. We're just different people. You can see what I'm wearing. You know where I'm going to go with this. Calallen has Alice's number, man. That can't be denied. It's. I think it all started those first few years they played each other. There were actually a lot of close games that first 7 or 8 games they played. I think if Alice would have found a way to pull out a couple of those, things would be very different right now. But losing those 8 games in a row, those first during the 90s when they played. And then the 2000s came, and Alice had like a run of 5 straight years where they didn't even make the playoffs, man. They just weren't very good teams, and they just continued to add to it. It's just, to me, that gets into a program's head when you lose that many games in a row to someone, man. And we had that happen to us when I was a senior, man. Carroll had their greatest run ever during the Coach Slaughter era, 87 and 91. They had beaten us 4 years in a row going into my senior year, 91, and it's just... I had that attitude. I'm not going to lie, man. They had already beaten us 4 years in a row, and I had that attitude going into the game. That man, we're not going to win this game. It's going to be tough. You shouldn't think that way as a player, man, but it's just you can't help it, man. When you're young, certain things get into your head. If this is, it just depends, man, on the mentals with Alice this year, man. I don't know what they are. I've seen both teams a couple of times this season. Even with Alice's QB not running, I just think Alice has better talent, man. But they've had a lot of better talent a lot of those years, and they still don't find ways to win, man. So it's hard to predict, dude.
Yeah, that receiving core, I mean, could be the greatest.
They're not better than Miller's receiving.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie.
They're second.
But they're right there, man. They're right there behind Miller,
greatest,
dude.
In the district.
It's a really good receiving corps, man.
I mean, you got tall receivers, you got speedy receivers, you got receivers that can run, the slot well, that can run the deep ball well. So, I mean, like you said, the talent is there.
Yeah, man. They got the Landon Rodriguez at slot. They got the Hector Gaza at the third slot. Arellano at wideout. I mean, it's just they've got everything they need. And
they got a decent running back too. That and that opens up the running game too.
They actually have a really good line this season too, offense and defense. Even their backups that come in for the defensive line, the rotator big guys.
They got that.
They actually have size this season.
They got that one big kid, man. That
Miggy
on his block and sacked the quarterback.
my favorite player to watch this season, actually defensive player, Miggy Science from Alice, man. 53.
Yeah, that dude.
Nose guard. He's really good, man.
He's like a little bull, man.
Hopefully you're
he's
watching
fun
this
to
Miggy
watch.
Science. I know you follow the page because you messaged us before.
Fun to watch, man. He's hey, keep doing what you're doing, kid.
Get that shit out of your head, man. This isn't last year. This isn't 10 years ago. This isn't 20 years ago. It doesn't matter what Calallen did to you 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. This is a new year, man, and you got more talent than Calallen this year, so fucking take it to them, dude.
Yeah, man. It's like, and I've said it before, they see on the schedule coming out preseason in the summer or whatever, they see Calallen, they all are like, oh, shit, damn, we got to play Calallen. No, man.
Fuck that.
That should, that should motivate y'all. I'm like, we're tired of Calallen winning. We're tired of Calallen winning. Well, come on. I mean, I got a trivia question. Who's the last coach from Alice to beat Calallen?
You're going to start your Brent Davis bullshit again. Look, man, Alice has only beaten Calallen twice in this fucking rivalry. How do you call it a rivalry when Alice only won twice in 2008 and 2012? So you haven't beat them in 10 years, man, but Davis beat them and Sosa beat them. Sosa beat them in the playoffs. That was a little sweeter.
And it kind of reminds me, the Alice and Coyote kind of reminds me of the Red River Shootout, Oklahoma and Texas. That's the way it should be.
The one-loss record should be closer than it is, man. There's so many of those close losses. I've always, like I said, man, if Alice would have found a way to pull out a few of those victories in the first couple of years, it would be different right now. But I think all those losses in the beginning just got to their heads. But hopefully this team is different mentally and they know how to block it out. And fuck that, because you got more talent than Calallen this year.
Yeah.
Calallen's still really good, though, man. I'm not taking anything away from them. Their line is still a monster on offense and defense. They always find a way, man.
Anything can happen, man. Like, he had that, I think it was, 2 years ago, where veterans had that great team. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to, and then boom, Flower Bluff beats them. So.
You never know, man. I mean, it is what it is. I think that's going to be a special year for me. Alice is going to win state. The Longhorns are going to win the national championship. And Dallas is going to win the Super Bowl.
And the Spurs are going to win the NBA championship.
No, they're not. They're tanking, dude. Dude, they're tanking. They got rid of their best player to tank. Oh, my God.
Houston Astros are going to win the World Series.
Oh, yes. Fuck the Yankees, dude. I hope they play the Yankees and win these. Yeah, is it the next round they'll play the Yankees? I don't know, but I hope they play the Yankees. Fuck the Yankees. But,
what do you want to do now?
I'm not going to do the whole Mr. Know-It-All. Mr. Know-It-All has his thing. What did you say? You got Al Calallen winning by what?
I didn't give a score.
Give it, you piece of shit.
I'll give it a score. Like I said, okay, I have it close in the beginning. Calallen will pull away third, fourth quarter. Let's say 40-14 Calallen.
You motherfucker. That's a blowout.
Yeah.
As long as
what?
Alice
I'll do 35-14.
Alice can't get down 14-0 because then it's going to start getting their head mentally. Yeah. If you get down 14-0, it's going to be a very different game than if you score first or if it's only 7-7 in the beginning. Or it does matter, man. It matters mentally with kids. If they don't get down something like 14-0 right off the bat, man, I'm going to say I'm going to be a homer and pick my Coyotes, man. 35-28.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's it. Everybody has an opinion. So yeah.
35-28. Unless it's destined that they meet again in the playoffs in the fourth round. I would rather Alice lose this game so they have a close game so they have the revenge factor in the fourth round of the playoffs. In Buck Stadium, breaking the attendance record.
By like 2 people.
As long as they break it.
Yeah.
I don't care. But we got tickets. We bought 5 tickets today for the Alice Calallen game.
We'll be there.
To see who goes. Me and him probably go. I'll probably go in disguise. But I don't know if my dad's going to come down. I wonder if Steve would go. We might have 3 extra tickets. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. But we got 5 tickets today to see what happens. But yeah, I got Alice winning. So suck it, everybody. Time machines don't exist, man. Make the most of your opportunities. Alice Coyotes.
Let's get that.
Doesn't matter what happened last year. Doesn't matter what happened 10 years ago, man. Get that W, man. Change the tradition. Change the course of history here. Start getting them W's again. The original Pride of South Texas for a reason. Before Calallen was ever doing shit. But fuck it. You have any closing words?
No, just good luck to everybody.
For your
this week.
Banquetti, don't they play? Who they play?
Banquetti playing George West. It's a key matchup because Banquetti already dropped one to Hebronville, and I didn't expect that. Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. Hopefully they can get the W with George West. I'm hearing that George West's quarterback might not play. I don't know how true that is. Maybe just rumors, but he's a stud QB. That could hurt the George West Longhorns. They're playing at Banquetti, so Banquetti has home field advantage. I would like to see the Bulldogs with the W. I think they can pull it off. A rebound from that loss. I mean, they were off last week, but the week before that they lost to Hebronville. So rebound from that and get this W. That way, you got to remember they didn't have y'all. Dave Campbell's didn't have y'all in the playoffs, and y'all are in the driver's seat to at least make fourth place. So let's step it up.
Once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen.
What are your closing thoughts?
Nah, I already said it, man. Don't worry about the past, Alice, man. Go out there and take care of business. You got a better team than Calallen this year. You got more talent than Calallen this year. Do something with it, man. I mean, stop. They've been in the past. Them like, we lost to them last year. We lost by a lot. Oh my God, fuck that, man. Just you got better talent. You got talent all over the board, man. Have some confidence in yourselves. Like
just
execute, man. Just do what you got to do. But so good luck to my Coyotes. Good luck to his Bulldogs. Thank you guys for following the page. Hit the share button. Invite your friends to follow. Keep sending us those videos. We want to share your videos of your kids doing good things. Thank you guys for following us.